The last case, I think, is Mr. Dazan.
Yeah.
All right. And Mr. Dazan has been patiently waiting today and yesterday. He's the last case called. So Deputy, are you ready for Mr. Dazan? Can we start?
1 minute, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're ready.
All right. Go ahead and call the case, Ms. Clerk.
Marvin Duzon.
Thank you. Mr. Dazan, I've determined there's probable cause to warrant your arrest and detention. However, I did not assign the public defender because you said you were going to retain an attorney. Are you still planning to do that or what?
For the bail hearing, use the public defender. I haven't been able to talk to my attorney.
Well, that's not guaranteed to you right now. I have to determine whether you're indigent. When did you last work?
Oh, I'm currently employed, so I'm not mentioned.
How much do you make?
About $95,000.
Yeah, so you don't qualify for the public defender. So you have to either hire your own attorney or represent yourself. If you want me to, I will allow them to represent you today so you can have the Valdez Jimenez hearing or bail hearing if you want to do that. But your next hearing, you must have your own attorney. The public defender will not be appointed to someone who makes $95,000 a year.
Yes,
Okay?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, you're not even close. Even if it was half that, you wouldn't qualify. So, all right, then let's go forward with Ms. Gaboy. Are you prepared to go forward with the Valdez Jimenez hearing today, Ms. Gaboy? All right, and then Mr. Dazan, I can't say it enough. Make sure you have your attorney step in, whoever you're going to hire, hopefully for your next court appearance. All right, let's go forward to the bail hearing, and I'll give you that date here in a minute, Mr. Dazan, when we find out what your bail is going to be. Mr. Zakari, this was a sexual related case. I'll start with you on bail.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, given the allegations here, as well as the state's belief for the likelihood of a conviction with these various sexual-related offenses involving children, state believes that the defendant does pose a danger to the community, and state's requesting bail in the amount of $400,000, GPS with residential confinement prior to release, no contact with any minor child under the age of 18, no internet clause, as well as no contact with any public parks or schools. So allegations here that on the 21st of March, the defendant ultimately messages an undercover law enforcement officer's account on a Grindr account. The defendant and the undercover officer sort of arrange through various text messages or messages on the application, very graphic conversations regarding what they were going to do with the undercover officer's fictitious 9-year-old and 3-year-old children, one being a female, one being a male. They ultimately agree that the defendant was going to have sexual intercourse with these 2 minor children, and they were going to film it. They arranged a location for this to occur. The defendant is apprehended at that location, and in his possession, he has coconut oil, silicone lube, some alcohol, a pair of panties, as well as 2 selfie sticks, sort of the ability to film using a cell phone from a distance while holding it. There is a statement the defendant made to Remza to taking a Viagra pill prior to his arrest. Seems he was having sort of a panic attack at the time of his arrest and admitted that to Remza. Scores a 0 on the NPRA and doesn't have any other criminal history. I understand that. But given these detailed natures, again, with the defendant's intention to have sexual intercourse with a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old, again, it seems they're going very lengthy back and forth detail about how this was going to occur, where it was going to occur, as well as what was found in the defendant's possession. Again, I believe this all points to the defendant being an extreme risk to our community. The state believes that $400,000 for those conditions would be appropriate.
I listened carefully, Mrs. Zakari, because I have 2 concerns in a case like this that I'm going to mention to you. They're nothing new to me. I've dealt with this many times. You don't have any prior criminal history?
That's correct.
Do you have anything other than, leave out the facts of this case. Do you have anything aggravating under Valdez Jimenez that gives me a nexus or some ability to establish a monetary bail, other than the facts of the case?
The somewhat associated with the facts of the case would be the likelihood of conviction in this case. These are very serious allegations with a very lengthy sentence that is potential for these allegations. And with these evidence that we have in this PC sheet, I think the per Valdez Jimenez, a likelihood of conviction, as well as our statute, is something the court can take into consideration.
I can, thank you. That is something I will consider. Because I was going to tell you that the next thing I have a problem with is he scores a 0 on the NPRA. And under Valdez Jimenez, how could I possibly give him a monetary bail? But that is at least if you didn't have a factor, but that is certainly a factor I can consider. And I'm going to consider it. So we have one extreme very much in your client's favor, Ms. Gaboy, and then a factor that I can consider. I can't go just by the facts of the offense, but they are very concerning to me. When I read the PC sheet, I was appalled. The other extreme I have in these cases they are what I call a reverse sting operation. In other words, there is no actual victim in these cases, and I'm very aware of these cases. I've done several prelims and several motion hearings on these cases. I'm concerned with it, but likelihood of conviction, I have to give to the favor of the state, based upon the facts that I read them, and also giving all facts and circumstances in favor of the state at a bail hearing, which
Your Honor, I believe the defendant's he momentarily passed out, Your Honor, so I don't think he's hearing any of this.
Just let's get him up on the bench.
well, he can sit down. I don't care. He doesn't have to.
Your Honor, he just
Get on the bench.
has, I think we're a little beyond him just being seated. I don't know if it would be appropriate to continue this until,
Nope, I want to finish it today. It's already been continued from yesterday. I'm not passing it on to another judge. It's not gonna happen. So I have to decide, and as a matter of fact, he has a better chance with me today probably than any other judge. Because I'm very aware of the fact that he scored a 0. What?
Emergency paper remit.
I'm talking, even if he's not listening, I don't care. I'm still going forward. What's the status, deputy?
Disconnect the video. We're having a medical emergency, Your Honor. We're gonna disconnect the video.
Oh.
You.
All right, we may have to continue to another day. Go ahead, deputy, whatever you have to do.
Judge, can we continue tomorrow, please?
we can finish. I can
Yeah.
finish it, that's fine.
I can't determine who's saying what. One's saying continue to tomorrow, the other one's saying we can finish. Ms. Gabor,
Your Honor, I can continue with
But,
this, but I would defer to the needs of the deputies right now.
right, and if they need me to turn off video, if we have to, we have to. And if I have to continue to another judge, I'll do it.
The
Deputy, I don't want to do it if there's a medical risk to Mr. Dazan. If he is feeling troubled and you think we need to terminate, just let me know.
Judge.
get his head and then.
I mean, wait till
How's it going?
Judge, I believe this should be continued to tomorrow if possible.
All right, enough said. Enough said. We'll go ahead and do that. Thank you, everyone.
Marvin, are you currently talking to anything? No, you agree?
All right, no, I wanted to talk to Ms. Boy and Mr. Zakari off record if I could, not on this case, on something else. Is there a way to, I don't know if I can do that now.
Yeah, I can. Give me just a second. Well,
How can I get Ms. Boy?
there's probably too much noise.
Because it has nothing to do with this case and we can talk even with Mr.
I think you're gonna have too much noise in the
All right.
at the detention.
All right, Mr. Zakari, are you there?
Yes.
You know where you're at.
And we're still
All right.
present at the jail, Your Honor.
Okay.
They're still there?
They're still present at the jail. They just turned the camera.
All right, Ms. Boy, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you know our president.
All right, I've already continued Mr. Dazan to tomorrow, so that's done.